So, Plunder Patrol Runick is something that I've been wanting to play for a while. I finally ordered the stuff to play it. And yeah, so I looked up a deck online, found one that I liked, found one that I could make because I have everything that I needed to make it. So I decided to go with that one. Some of the other builds ran some other cards that I don't really care for. I did see I did see Adventure Plunder Runick, which didn't really look like it would work all that well because literally the adventure package takes up a lot of space. Because you got three water enchanters, and then you got one Dracoback, one Faithful, one Right, and then it would be the Illegal Knight or the Griffin Rider. So it would take up all of this space, pretty much. Anyway, so on to the actual build that I have here. Starting off with Golden Hair, the newest Plunder Patrol. You can send one other Plunder Patrol monster card from your hand or face up field to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. Okay. Kind of useful considering that you don't really want to normal summon it because it's 2000 defense, 0 attack. And if it gets impermed or whatever, then you kind of SOL, I guess. But it doesn't really matter at the same time, so yeah. Anyway, if this card is in your graveyard, you can discard one card, special summon this card. But you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except for Plunder Patrol monsters. Yeah, I I can kind of, see that happening. But yeah. So you can only use each effect once per turn. Whitebeard. Yeah. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can special summon one Plunder Patrol monster from your extra deck with the same attribute as a monster your opponent controls, which is pretty neat. Or is in their graveyard, and if you do, equip this card you control to it. That's pretty neat. That is honestly pretty neat about this stuff. You can activate this effect. I skipped something. If this card is sent from hand or monster zone to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. Special summon one Plunder Patrol monster from your deck, except Whitebeard to Plunder Patrol Helm. Also, you cannot special summon monsters, except for Plunder Patrol monsters for the rest of the turn. That's the only downside to this deck. It actually locks you into Plunder stuff. So you can't play like Scareclaw Plunder and or Kashtira Plunder or something like that because most of the Plunder Patrol cards seem to want to lock you into Plunder Patrol stuff because yar. Anyway, you can only use each effect once per turn. Um, Black Eyes, the Plunder Patrol Sea Guide. That is a crow. I'm pretty sure. It's a blinged out crow because he's got gold, like, feather stuff here. But, yeah. Anyway, you can target one Plunder Patrol monster in your graveyard except for Black Eyes and special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, add that monster to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except for Plunder Patrol monsters. Every card seems to have that effect so far. If this card is sent from hand or monster zone to the graveyard, you can target one Plunder Patrol monster card in your spell and trap zone. Special summon it in defense position. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, that sounds familiar. Bluebeard. Um, well, we know where he's at. If you control a Plunder Patrol monster, except for Bluebeard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent from hand or monster zone to the graveyard, you discard one card, draw one card. So, pitch one, draw one. Yeah, that works. You're going to use each effect once per turn. Something to note about all of these, they're all level 4s. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can special summon one plunder patrol monster from your extra deck with the same attribute as a monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. And if you do, equip this card to it. Okay. If this card is sent from hand or monster zone to the graveyard, you can target one plunder patrol monster you control, except for Redbeard, and equip this card to it. You only use each effect once per turn. That's pretty neat. Then of course, we got the two Fenrirs. One thing about this is it is good Ash Blossom bait because while you're not going to be able to special summon the other one that you're going to add, you can also use its other effect to banish a card. So yeah, there's that. But this goes in just about every deck now. Like, that's pretty much what it's become. If you're playing anything that can play rank 7s, you're playing this. If you're playing anything that can play things with special summon, you're playing this. So, yeah. Everyone knows what it does. It special summons itself, adds one, so on and so on. Same with Ash Blossom. It's hand trap. Space Rock. Summon 5 or more times, and you get the Space Rock. Which I actually have a replay on Master Duel that is absolutely hilarious, in my opinion, so I may throw that in as a bonus. But you'll have to stay till the end of the video to watch it. Anyway, Space Rock, aka Nibiru the Primal Being, roll and Lockbird. When your opponent adds a monster or adds a card, besides drawing it, in the draw phase, you can draw and Lockbird them and they can't add anything else. Plunder Patrol Shipyard. Plunder Patrol monster you control gain 500 attack for each Plunder Patrol card in your spell trap zone. There's not a lot of them in this deck. You can only use each effect of each of the following effects of Plunder Patrol Shipyard once per turn, which is fine. You can discard one card, add one Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand, except for Plunder Patrol Shipyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Plunder Patrol card in your spell and trap zone. Set this card, and if you do, return that card to the hand. So yeah, it recurs itself, which is pretty neat. Then of course we got the Runick Fountain. You can activate Runick quick play spells on your opponent's turn. Once per turn, if you activated this is on your opponent's turn as well, by the way. Someone told me that it wasn't, but it is. You can activate the quick plays on your opponent's turn from your hand, as if they're hand traps. Once per turn, if you activated a quick play Runick spell card, you can target up to 3 Runick quick plays in your graveyard, place them on the bottom of your deck in any order, then draw the same number of cards. So, yeah. This is one of the cards, the reason that he got hit on the list is because people were kind of abusing it to, like, draw 20 cards, basically. Not literally 20, but, like, the draw advantage that you get from Fountain is just insane. You can draw so many cards. And it's hilarious. But, yeah. Then 2, Runick Destruction. Activate one of the following effects. Skip your next battle phase. Target one spell trap your opponent controls. Destroy it, then banish the top 4 off the top of your deck. Or top of your opponent's deck. Special summon one Runick monster from your extra deck to the extra monster zone. You can only use one Runick Destruction per turn. So, personally, one of the ways that you actually do this deck, that you actually, like, go into Coral Dragon, for example, you actually use your, quick plays to summon a monster that you can actually use with this. But you can do it other ways. there's multiple ways around doing things, like if you can't special summon a monster, which a lot of times you're going to draw one of the cards you need, not both of them. So, um, yeah. But you got two runick destructions, and we come over here and we got two runick flashing fires. Activate one of these effects, but skip the next battle phase after activation, blah blah blah. You can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it, then banish the top two off your opponent's deck. This is really good against tier elements because they hate having their stuff banished. And sadly, tier elements has decided that it wants to be relevant again. I wish that deck would burn in hell. But it won't. Anyway. 3 runick freezing curses. Same effect, skip your battle phase. Target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effect until the end of the turn. Then banish the top 3 cards off your opponent's deck. Or special summon one runick monster from your deck. Slumber. Target one face-up monster on the field the next time that it would be destroyed by battle or card effect. This turn, it is not destroyed. Also, it cannot attack this turn. Then, after applying this effect, banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Or special, you know. Then runick tip, the searcher of the deck. I'm honestly surprised that this hadn't been hit. But yeah, add one runick card from your deck to your hand, except for runick tip. Then banish the top card off of your opponent's deck. So, yeah. Plunder Patrol Booty. Gotta like that booty. You can declare one attribute, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It becomes that attribute until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. Then you can take one Plunder Patrol monster from your graveyard and either shuffle it into the deck or special summon it, which generally I'm probably going to special summon it, depending on what it is. You only use this effect of Plunder Patrol once per turn. Once per turn during in phase, if you control a Plunder Patrol monster, send this card to the graveyard. Or if you control no. Yeah. So, basically, you have to keep a Plunder Patrol monster on the field. Which is fine. Infinite Impermanence, the actual... This is the only technical hand trap. Okay? Besides Evenly. Evenly doesn't really count, in my opinion, because Evenly just banishes everything at the end of the battle phase. This, you can actually say, yeah, no, I'm negating your effect. This is technically the only hand trap that I can think of. Which is kind of funny. But, yeah. So, one thing to note about these ships, or about the extra monsters, is they're all ships. Except for Blackbeard. Blackbeard is only a monster because it would make no sense to make him a ship. And I guess they ran out of ideas for ships. The one attribute that we don't have, though, we don't actually have a water attribute ship. I don't think. We have fire, we have earth, we have dark. Captain is a water, but we don't have a water ship. Well, we got earth, we got fire, we got light, we got, let's see, dark, earth, fire, light. We don't have any wind. Ah, I still know we're missing wind. Then we would have more or less, all attributes. Surely they haven't quit making cards for this. Surely there's something that they, like, let's see. There are currently no, no Plunder Patrol. That sucks. Oh. It's whatever. Anyway, so moving on to the extra deck. 2 Plunder Patrol monsters. See, this is what I like to see right here. It requires 2 Plunder Patrol monsters, not 2 monsters with same attribute. Or, uh, like, this one. This one's kind of generic. It's 1 tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters, which is a little bit stupid, but I miss when cards actually had requirements to play them, and you couldn't just splash them in any deck, like Barone, for example. If you can make a Synchro level 10, all you need is a level 4 tuner and a level 6 monster, or a level 6 tuner and a level 4 monster, or, you know, 2 level 5s, whatever. You know, and it's generic as hell. Just about any deck that can make a level 10 can play Barone, which is aggravating. So, that's kind of a rant for another day, though. Anyway, moving on to the extra deck. Requires 2 Plunder Patrol monsters, which is great. During the main phase, quick effect, you can special summon 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your hand or face-up spell trap zone, which is kind of cool. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can discard 1 Plunder Patrol card, negate that activation, and if you do, destroy it. If this card is equipped with a Plunder Patrol monster or Plunder Patrol card, you can add 1 Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. Damn it, I got the hiccups. Hang on. I also have a literal gallon of tea next to me. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. We have Jerry, the Runick Fangs, aka Puppers. 2 Runick monsters, which is weird. Let's see. I can understand them putting Runick monsters as a requirement, but it's very weird considering that there are literally no Runick monsters in the main deck. So, yeah. Anyway, cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can target 1 non-quick play Runick spell in your graveyard, add it from your deck to add it to your hand, which is useful. Add it from your graveyard to your hand. That's, yeah, nice. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So, you kill Jerry, it then kills you, right? That's kind of how that works. So, yeah. 1 Munin, one of her, anyway. Uh, if this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can discard 1 card, add 1 Runick continuous spell from your deck to your hand. We don't play, Runick Allure in this. Or at least not in the build that I looked up and that this is, but yeah. When your opponent activates a card or effect that would target a Runick card you control or a set card you control, quick effect, you can banish this card. You control negate the activation if you do destroy that card. So, yeah. The cool thing is, this is something that you would special summon on your first turn. Because during the end phase, you gain 1,000 life points. So this can literally get you the win in time. So, yeah, 1,000 life points is pretty good. 2 Hugin, the Runick Wings. I'm assuming that these 2 are like twins or something. I mean, they look like they would be siblings anyway. Where was it? Oh, yeah. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can discard 1 card, add Runick. Add 1 Runick field spell from your deck to your hand. If another card you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card you control instead. If this card is on the if this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, return it to the extra deck. Pretty neat. Coral Dragon. I have needed one of these for so freaking long, and I finally got one because it's something that I need to play in Runick or in Runick Plunder. So, yeah. Anyway, one tuner, one non-tuner. Kind of generic, unfortunately. I don't really like the whole synchro monster stuff because of that. They're just generic as hell. Um, there are a few that are like, oh yeah, you need this specific monster with this specific monster, but for the most part, it's generic. Anyway, once per turn, you can discard one card, then target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. So it's a once per turn pop. If this synchro summoned card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can draw one card. You know, use each effect once per turn, or this effect once per turn, which is pretty neat. Uh, and then we got the good old Plunder Patrol ship, Baran. All other fiend monsters you control gain 500 attack. You can discard one Plunder Patrol card, and then target one spell trap your opponent controls and banish it. Then you can add one Plunder Patrol monster from your deck to your hand. This is a quick effect if this is equipped with a Plunder Patrol card. You can only use this effect once per turn. Then we got the newest member, Jord, and uh, the only pendulum monster. And the way that this actually works is kind of funny, to be honest with you. So, starting off with its pendulum effect. You can declare one attribute, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon one Plunder Patrol token. Fiend, level 4, attack 0, defense 0. With that attribute to both players' side of the field. So this is one of those cards that prevents you from getting evenly matched. It prevents you from getting impermed unless it was set. It can also of course it'll kind of screw you over a little bit if you did this, I guess. But because of this card, you can actually play Goes in Match and Rivalry in certain decks, especially like trap heavy decks. And you can lock your opponent into having a light monster. Let's say they're playing Dark World. You give them a light token. They have a light token they can't do anything with. Then you flip Gozen and Rival. They're completely locked into the game unless they can tribute summon a monster. So, kind of funny because it's generic and it's a level 8. So, yeah. Anyway, how to actually summon this card. One tuner plus one or more non-tuners. If your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can add one Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand. Then, if this card is equipped with a Plunder Patrol card, you can special summon one Plunder Patrol monster from your deck, which is kind of neat. You can target one Plunder Patrol card in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and if you do, place this card in your Pendulum Zone. Okay? You can only use each effect, Plunder Patrol George, once per turn. Kind of neat. We have the Xyz. You can discard one card. That does not look right, but anyway, you can discard one Plunder Patrol card, then target one effect monster your opponent controls, banish it. Then add one Plunder Patrol spell trap from your deck to your hand. Sorry. Right, so, where was I? This is a quick effect if this card is equipped with a Plunder Patrol card. Yeah. And you can use this effect at Plunder Patrol Morick once per turn. If a Plunder Patrol card you control would be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can detach one material from this card instead. So, this is one of those cards that you can either cheat out, or you can actually, you know, make because it's rank 4. Something to note. This is level 8. This is level 8. This is rank 4. What do all rank 4s require? 2 level 4 monsters. What do these require to make? 2 level 4 monsters. Or level 2 and a level 6. You know. But there are no level 2s on this in this entire thing. They are all level 4s. So in theory, you could actually play Baguska in this deck. Just trade out one of these. Probably trade this one. One of those. I don't know. Anyway, so that is the deck. So yeah. I just ordered the stuff to build this deck. And the only difference between the deck that I'm actually going to build and this one is I'm not playing 3 of the spells that they're playing that this has. I've only got 2 freezing curses in it and 2 slumber. I've got 3 tip and 2 fountain, but the only difference is I don't have certain cards in there at 3 because I was playing another variant of runick, as I call it, and yeah, I needed to cut the cards down to 2s, 2 ofs, which worked better. And it was a smaller deck at that point. It was only a 43 instead of a 48 card deck. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the deck profile. That's the deck entirely. If you made it to this point in the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the little bell thingy, all that stuff. And I will have a brain fart. That's what I'm gonna have. I will have a actual like combo video out when I actually learn this deck. So yeah, right now I don't know this deck that well. I know it good enough. Alright. It's not that difficult of a deck. It's a little tricky, but it is not that hard of a deck. It does not take a genius to figure this out. It's not like DDD where you need a frickin' handbook to play it. You can actually play this and not really know what the hell you're doing and just, do the one thing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Players tend to never do, and that is to read the cards and see what they actually do. Like, this one, for example, you can send one other Plunder Patrol monster from your hand or face-up field to special summon it. Okay. So if you have these 2 in your hand, and a third one that you can discard 1, special summon, normal summon, go into your rank 8 or level 8. It's stuff like that. It's very simple that you just read the card effects and it works. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. I will catch y'all on the next one. And here's a little bonus. So, yeah. Catch you later.
him, boy! He's sick!
Nice.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.